Hey everyone, it's Damage Undone, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Ego Carbonios, the Walcom Ego Carbonio 190s. I think these guns are brilliant. I think they're beautiful. I think they are just the slickness of them, the style of performance, it gets 5-star from me. However, there is one gun that shines better than the other for me, and that just comes down to personal preference, and I've sort of learned this over spraying with a couple of different guns. So that gun for me is definitely the HTE. That would be the gun that I would always go for. Now the reason for that is the HVLP has a much narrower fan. It's probably more suited to small, really small smart repairs or blow-ins, sort of more intricate work. You would go for the HVLP, definitely all day long. It's just got that ability to it. But as a smart repairer, I'm doing bumper corners. In the videos that you'll see shortly, I've done panels with it. So there are larger areas I would do. But you'll also see in that video that for smaller areas on the water base coating, I go for the HVLP. So it does serve a purpose. But I prefer the way that the HTE, high transfer efficiency, performs. This one, you've got a much wider fan spread. I've probably got about sort of 25 centimeters out of it. Others have said they've got up to 30 centimeters on a 1.2 mil setup. That's just playing around. It could be pressures, etc., and your distance from the panel. However, whether it's 25 or 30 centimeters, it's got a brilliant fan spread and a nice even lay. Now I've used it for my water base, and I've also on a 1 mil, and that's performed really well. And then I've just recently set it up on a 1.2 mil, and it's easy to do that. So if you bought a 1 mil or gun, or you bought a 1.2 and you want to downgrade it or upgrade it, depending on what you want to do, you can buy, and it comes in this really nice hard box, you can buy the needle set. So you get the needle, remind me the name of this, I've forgotten it, and then you also get your end cap. So that's what comes in that set. And like I said, you can keep that safe. So if you don't want to have too many guns, you could just buy one of these and have this safe and swap it over as you want. But, as a smart repairer, a 1.2 setup is fine. If you can't afford 2 guns, and you can't afford a 1 mil and a 1.2, go for the 1.2. You're going to have a broader spectrum of the jobs that you can do with it. What else is there to add about this that I probably haven't said, or you won't see shortly in the photos and the videos? The nozzles, the caps are different. You can't use an HVLP setup on an HTE. The borings are slightly different inside, and it won't perform as well as it should. So if you've got an HVLP cap and setup, keep it on the HVLP gun, and likewise for the HTE. The caps themselves are slightly different, and I'll show you that in a moment. I'll just take a still photo. So on the HTE, you've got, just on the outside of the needle section there, you've got 3 little holes that run down on either side, and that helps with the transparency and the way that this gun performs. On the HVLP, which is probably one of the reasons it keeps it all nice and small, you've only got 1 hole on the side there. The guns, and that's a really nice feature. I like the idea of having a little digital gauge on there, which comes off, and so you set it up and then you've got it set in your booth. Really good, nice and easy, but I've sort of covered that in other videos anyway. So there we go. What else can I add to this before we look at the video? Just briefly, I know it comes with different size pots in the kit, so you've got a large and a small, sorry, small and a large. So you've got those options, but if you like to use disposable pots, then I would recommend as a smart repair gun that you use the Colad. And the reason for that is this is an 88 mil pot. I normally will mix up 50 to 60 mil of paint for a smart repair. That will do me a corner blow into a wing of water base. But once it's on the gun, it's a nice small pot, easy to use. It comes in, let's see that. You get a filter in there, so you don't have to spend money filtering your paint before you put it into those pots. But you get a choice of filter. So the two that I would always recommend are the blue, which is the 130, or the white, which is a 90. Now you might think white is quite a tight strainer. It's really good. White is excellent for solid colors. It'll stop any of those little bits that you can sometimes see in your solid color come through. It just stops it. So that's definitely worth it. I actually use the white as well, the white filters for clear coating, because I feel that provides a much better finish. So there we go. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. And always happy. If you want to share any information with any of us on your experiences on these guns, please do that as well. And just enjoy the next couple of pictures and the next bits of video that will show these guns being used. And you'll see what I mean and the abilities and the capabilities of these guns, really, abilities and capability of what these guns are able to do. Just to sum this up, I know there's a lot of smart repairs on the guns on the market, but I feel that these guns are definitely one of the leading smart repair guns on the market. And the reason for that is because of the size and the weight of the gun. And that's really what smart repair is about. It's about small to medium area repair technique. So your gun, you don't need a big gun. You want a nice, small, light gun that's going to perform. These tick the boxes. I hope you enjoyed those little videos of the various jobs that I've done with these guns. So just to recap on why I rate these guns so highly. The weight, the lightness of the gun being the lightest on the market, the fact that they can perform, just the feel, the quality, they are, for me, they epitomize what a smart repair should be, a smart repair gun should be. So I would quite happily recommend these guns if you want to move into the smart repair industry or you want a new smart repair gun. The size gun I would probably recommend and the model would be the HTE, and I would go for a 1.2 because you can always drop that down, but at least you've got that range over the 1 if you want to go slightly bigger. So for me, it would be the Walcom Ego Carbonio 190 on a 1.2 setup on HTE, and that would be this one.